We're starting to work through all the embroidery videos for the Pfaff Creative Icon 2. And one of the things I want to talk about is spray adhesive. Now there are lots of different spray adhesives out there. My favorite actually is the 505 spray. It is a temporary spray and I'm going to tell you a few things why it is my favorite. Number one, if you are indoors a lot in the winter time, you can spray this and you don't smell that extra odor. Number two, if you spray it on one layer, which you're going to see me spray it on the stabilizers, and I'm going to spray these two together, it will not transfer to my fabric. So it's a one-sided stick, so kind of like a Post-it note. That's how it's designed to work. The Post-it note sticky stuff never leaves residue on your book, your paper, wall, wherever you stick that Post-it note. So I sometimes call this my Post-it note in a can. This was designed and can also be used for basting quilts together. So once again, you'd spray your batting and then spread your quilt top and flip over, spray the back of your batting and attach the quilt back to the back side. And that is wonderful. So there's a couple things. The other thing I would recommend, and I'm not going to do it right now, but you would probably be best to have some type of box or area or room you sprayed in, so that way you don't get extra spray on your machine or in your embroidery area. So for today I'm going to just be kind of careful, kind of spray kind of real concentrated through the middle and then just stick my fabric. If I don't use spray, this is what will happen. When I go to hoop it, we all know that our fabric stretches. It all has some type of stretch, especially cotton fabric. It has a stretch on the bias. So by attaching everything together, you're guaranteed not to accidentally stretch your fabric out of shape or too much when you're putting in the hoop. So it's kind of like a little insurance policy, and I love, love, love the 505 spray. I'll put a list of kind of my favorite items in the description below, my favorite needles, threads, stabilizers, and places where you can hook up and get those items so you're not frustrated down below. So you're not frustrated and you can get those items right away. My other favorite thing is Isocord embroidery thread. It's just a good quality thread that tends to work with all brands of embroidery machines. So for today we're talking about spray adhesive. So I'm going to set my hoop aside. We always talk about having 2 layers of stabilizer, and as you can kind of see, they're fresh off the roll, so they're also kind of rolling up. So that spray will help kind of stick everything together nicely. Give the can a good shake, and we'll spray layer 1. Turn it into a Post-it note, attach it to the second layer. The reason we use 2 layers of stabilizer is to give strength to the foundation that all those stitches are forming over. You can get okay results with 1, but you get better results with 2. So if your fabric's puckered when it's done, that could be not enough stabilizer or not the right stabilizer for the fabric you're using. So we have a whole entire online course called Machine Embroidery 101, where it's a 4-hour course of me talking about all different kinds of stabilizers, projects. You get free designs, you get free projects in there, just everything everything you need to know before you start embroidering. So we'll put links to that course as well. And any of our courses that you take a look at, you can find free videos within that course to watch to see if the course is right for you. So to go ahead and check out, it's always down in the course or the class curriculum area, and if it says preview, you can just click on preview and start watching. So 505 spray is going to help as I stuck this to it. See how I can't stretch it in? I'm pulling as hard as I can from corner to corner on the bias. That means that this fabric and stabilizer are kind of acting as one as we get ready to next hoop it correctly in the Pfaff hoop, one of the hoops that came with the machine. Of course, your machine will always tell you once you pull up the design which hoop it fits into. Love to do that. I know a lot of my students always ask me, well, which hoop should I use? I'm like, I don't know. Pull up your design first, see which hoop your machine tells you, then come and get the right hoop and the right stabilizer for what the design is. I always say use the hoop closest to the design size for the best results. So 505 spray, my friend and insurance policy for getting successful embroidery every single time.